Hello, and welcome to Dr. Said Says This About That. I am Dr. Cedric Wood, and I'm going to comment on the invasion of Iran. And I know I look a little rough around the edges today, but that's apropos for this terrible event that we experienced yesterday in Iran. Oh my goodness, what an amazing world event that's going to go down in history. Now, how is it going to be viewed as the years and the decades go by? Is it going to be viewed as this horrible, insensitive, cruel murder of the leader of their religion and their country? Or is it going to be something else? Tucker Carlson came out and said it was the most disgusting thing he could possibly imagine that President Trump could do. And I kind of hear him. I mean, that's just shocking that President Trump, without the approval of Congress, is saying, I think I'm going to go murder about 50 or 60 Iranians. And I'm sure the Democrats are upset and confused and, well, disgusted. And I'm going to be talking just off the cuff here. There's so many things to discuss. Where shall we begin? Well, let's begin in recent history and then we might delve back into ancient history. Recent history is I've learned over the years that this whole attack on October 7th by Hamas, led by the Sinwar brothers, yes, war is a sin, so their name is very appropriate, planned and created the whole invasion of Israel to capture innocent people, having a good time at a music festival, killing a bunch of them and taking a bunch of them hostage, going into those villages there where families lived and just slaughtering families. I mean, it's just unthinkable. And supposedly, the leader of Iran funded that. So they keep calling these people proxies, um, the Houthi are proxies. And what makes me very sad is that the field I'm in, which is psychology, is saying nothing about this so far. I have not received one email from Division 48, which is the division I've been a member of for years. That's the one that focuses on peace, good, conflict, good, and violence. Well, this is totally a breach of creating peace. It's a terrible conflict. The one in Gaza now for years is a terrible experience, and the violence is left and right. What did Division 48 send out to all of its members today? Nothing. No comment. They've got a seminar coming up that they're sponsoring. Okay, I don't think it has much to do with avoiding conflict and violence, so I'm a little confused. I would like to encourage the president and past president of Division 48 to step up. And if they don't have anything to say, then print what I'm going to say about this conflict. Why would President Trump kill those people, risking the lives of our servicemen and women? 3 of them were killed. Those families are grieving. Terrible. And I hope the ones that were wounded get better, get healthy. But you kind of look at it from a distance and you say, what's going on here? Besides the fact that I don't know how to say it, we always said the Ayatollah. Now it's pronounced differently. So it just seemed like that since about 89, so is that 37 years? He's been fomenting anger and trouble and division in the Middle East. Why? Why not try to arrange things to achieve peace in the Middle East? What a great idea. No, we don't want peace. We are going to fund the soldiers who will attack and kill. Why? And I won't continue with my impersonation, but the behavior just begs for a severe impersonation of this attitude of saying, I guess I can't stop myself. We must be in power. We must be in control here. We will send the bombs and the soldiers and the terrorists to kill. Why? I'd love to talk to one of them. Would they say, well, Dr. Wood, let me explain to you what we're doing. We feel like that there's X out there and Y out there, and therefore we have to do Z to stop these bad things from happening. Okay, what was going on that was so horrible in Israel that you felt justified in going and attacking them? And I would say without provocation, and causing all the suffering from the deaths, from the hostages that were taken for over a year, some of them, and then the family members that were just worried, sick about the family members they loved. Are they okay? Just a horrific, terrible event. I mean, there's worse words I could use, but I'm trying to attenuate my response. And they're saying, well, look at your president. That was unprovoked too. Well, yes, in a way it was. All these provoked, not provoked, should be given a score. A 10 is like everybody's doing fine. I would say the October 7th invasion was a 10. They didn't have soldiers out there on the front line. The kids were just out there enjoying the music festival. It was just completely unprovoked. And there they go, storming across the border, shooting and killing and capturing. Now, was our attack 2 days ago totally unprovoked? Well, it doesn't give a score of 0. There were warnings. We're trying to meet. We're trying to get you not to develop nuclear weapons. Oh, we promise we're not developing nuclear weapons. If they were totally being honest and sincere and genuine, then shame on President Trump for not recognizing that. But he took it to the next level and said, we think that you're enriching uranium. Therefore, you're really trying to set up the whole system to create a bomb. Well, y'all have got a bomb, the Iranians say. Why can't we have a bomb? Because you can't be trusted. You have too much of a terroristic kind of push in your mind, your heart, your soul, and your psyche. Well, how do you know? Let's look at history. In a few years, it's going to be 1,400 years of Islam. Muhammad got his army together and went to attack the city of Mecca. Y'all have heard of that city. Thank goodness there wasn't a lot of bloodshed. They laid down their arms and said, we surrender, and he took over the city. So Medina and Mecca became the centers of the religion of Islam. If you'll read history, you'll see attack after attack after attack after attack. The Ottoman Empire ruled for hundreds of years, attacking all of their neighbors, taking control. We will be in power. Now, it'd be perfectly normal for them to push back and say, well, look at all the Christian people that did the same thing. Well, the worst example of that in, let me see if I can remember, 1208, I think, when the Fourth Crusaders, crusade, that word is based on the cross, we're going to go and free the the Holy Land from the grip of Muslims, and instead they went and attacked a Christian city, looting it, tearing the walls down. Who knows what they did to the women, breaking up their culture. Just shocking. Was it called Istanbul at the time? No, it was Constantinople. And it was just a horrific attack of a Christian city. Shame on them. Yes, they were in the wrong. And 800 years later, to the year, Pope John Paul went there and said, "We apologize. We are so sorry for what we Christians did 800 years ago. It was wrong, it was dirty minded, and we apologize." Very good. Pope John Paul, good for him. Was he the second? Now, how many times has the leader of a Muslim nation gone and apologized for the attack that they did on, say, Pakistan, beating their army and then taking over their country? Um, I haven't heard it. How many times has what were they called? They came out of the Levant and spread across the northern Africa, killing and pillaging and taking over those countries, went up into Spain, took over that country and ruled it for hundreds of years before the Christians finally said, "We've had enough. You need to leave." And so, years and years of violently taking over countries, mostly in the past 100 uh, plus years, when America has gotten violent and went to war, it was in reaction to somebody being aggressive and violent. The Germans in World War I, the Germans again in World War II, those are my blood brothers, brothers of mine. What are you doing? Why? World War II was a horrific mess. Hitler, shame on you. But he was the farthest thing from a Christian. There was no Christian backbone and ideology with those attacks. Like I think it is when Iran and their proxy groups are out there fighting. And so the Prime Minister of England said that this leader of Iran, I forgot the word he used, I think despicable, something like that. So other leaders of the Western world are seeing that he had this drive to be aggressive and fight, 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 gun, 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 mask, mask, mask. Not good, not a sign of high character. I have 5 words. I should be able to show you the thing. I mace. It's not a sign of high integrity, maturity, adult ego state. There it is right there. The adult ego state. I mace. The C stands for character. The E stands for emotional intelligence. What word is at the heart of emotional intelligence? Empathy. You can't attack somebody out of the blue with no warning, no negotiations that fail, without showing the world that you have zero empathy for the Israelis that were killed and those taken hostage. I hope and pray that that whole Gaza war has come to an end. Please. That was terrible. So, these are the details that are going on in this conflict. And I'm very sad to see the psychologists of APA and the leaders of the United States of America and the news people all talking about this, and not a single one talking about character. What's the right thing to do? What is the emotionally intelligent thing to do? Year after year after year, and with this, well, there's no clear and easy answers. President Trump should have kept negotiating. He should have tried harder to say, if you don't make a deal and stop this, and he did hint at it, there will be trouble. He did. So he gets a good score on that. But now the question is, how are the Muslim people going to become indignant and want to fight back? We're going to attack back to the United States. We hate the United States. Actually, the people don't. That's why you had those bands of people that were celebrating. That's why I had a woman from Iran sitting right in that chair who said, I got out of Iran. And why do people get out? Because we're not free. We don't have freedom there. It was all about control. We do it my way. Oh, it's so sad in the year 2026 that we haven't gotten better with an adult, you see it right there, adult dialogue about what we have done. We own it, we apologize, what we want to do, and then discuss whether that shows high character or not. Please let us get to a place where we can have highly intelligent and emotionally intelligent discussions so that we can stop the blind attacks and stop the wars and make progress toward the whole world being at peace and productive. Okay? Amen? Amen. Thank you for tuning in. I am Dr. Cedric Wood. If you have your comments, please put them down below and I will try to respond to them. Pray for peace. Thank you and good night.